Hey everybody, today we're going to be taking a casual look at Isolated Warrior for the 8-bit Nintendo. Now, Isolated Warrior is a shoot 'em up, and unlike most shoot 'em ups on the NES, it's actually an isometric shoot 'em up. And it's a pretty good game as well. I think it's a fairly solid shoot 'em up, and definitely one that you want to own if you're a fan of shoot 'em ups, especially 8-bit Nintendo shoot 'em ups. Now, let's go ahead and get into the game. I'll start talking about it a little bit. Unlike your usual shoot 'em up of the day, this is, like I said again, isometric. However, that's not really the only difference from your usual shoot 'em up time period. You have a variety of different types of attacks, and granted that's standard for shoot 'em ups, but in this you can actually select between your two different attacks throughout the entire game, and you have both attacks right from the start, and they're upgraded by picking up these W or L icons right here that you just saw me grab. And the W is a wide shot, and the L is sort of a more focused, powerful, straight-ahead shot. Now, I've already got quite a few W shots right now, and yep, it's already upgraded quite a bit. If you look in the bottom center of the screen, you'll actually see a number, and right now it's up to 6, and I believe it actually goes up to 12, and I believe that is basically the strength of your fire, or at least kind of the size of it. Now I'm up to 7 on the W, and once I build it up further like that, I'm going to try to get another W. Just did. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger, so I'm going to keep trying to grab the W's to see how high it builds. There we go, I'm on 9, and it just spread out like that. The straight ahead shot is actually a lot more powerful than the W shot, but I haven't really upgraded that too much, so I can't really show you what that's like. But you definitely want to get both upgraded. There are some situations where, say, the L is better to use than the W, naturally, because as you can see, the W is kind of a spread shot, and it's not doing me a whole lot of good on this boss right here. So you want to switch back to the L shot. Now, this game does have auto fire. I'm actually just holding on the button right here, and you can mash it, but it doesn't really seem to work all that well when you mash it, so it's not really something I recommend doing. So let me go ahead and grab some L's here and try to get my main firepower upgraded. There we go, now it's going behind me, and when I keep upgrading it, it'll actually turn into a variety of laser shots, just kind of like condensed into one sort of thicker beam, and that's when it becomes really more powerful. Now, one other thing I forgot to mention is that you've actually got jumping in this game, and that is another aspect of this game that sets it apart from other shoot 'em ups of the day, especially 8-bit Nintendo shoot 'em ups. There weren't a whole lot of shoot 'em ups on the NES that were like this, and this one is definitely probably one of the more unique shooters on the 8-bit Nintendo. As a result, I really enjoy this game. It's the elements like the jumping and the power system is pretty sweet, and I really dig this shooter. It's a lot of fun. It is extremely difficult though. Those holes there, for instance, it's easy to fall into them, and when you fall into them, it's instant death. There are a couple situations later on in the game where the level is just pushing you on. The screen is constantly scrolling as fast as it can, and all it is just platforms. Platforms and a few enemies. And those stages are really, really difficult because, one false move and you're dead instantly. So I would say that this game probably isn't for the faint of heart, because it gets extremely tricky, and it's definitely a challenge. But for those of you that like a challenge, and you also like a more unique sort of take on the shoot 'em up formula, this is definitely one that you want to check out. And as far as I know, I don't think it's too expensive. Unfortunately, it's probably not the most common NES game. It took me a little while to actually track this one down again locally, as opposed to resorting to eBay. But I still didn't pay all that much for it. I think I paid like $7 or $8 for the cartridge, and overall, I think it's well worth it. It's definitely a solid shoot 'em up. So here we go. Here's another stage where the screen is just kind of scrolling really quickly, and you just kind of keep up with everything that's going on. Now you got these other, a variety of other power-ups. You got these shields, which I've already gotten one. You can see the shield around me. You've also got speed-up power-ups, which will speed you up, obviously. But you've also got these little sort of, these capsules that you can pick up. And if you look in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's actually this level meter, and it actually maxes out, I believe, at level 5. And to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what it does. You know, to do this video, this was the first time I played the game in a couple of years, and so naturally I booted it up, played it for about a minute or two to get used to it again. But I still never did figure out what the sort of level up capsules do. Currently I'm peaked at level 4, but in my sort of test playthrough before doing this video I got up to level 5, and I don't quite know what they do exactly. I don't know if it speeds up your firepower or if it's actually that might be what it does. It might speed up your firepower. But you know, to be honest, I'm not 100% certain on what it does. But that is another gameplay element that I'm, you know, well, that's there. You've also got a life bar in this game, which is very, very helpful because the enemy fire patterns and well, just the enemy patterns themselves can get quite dense, and it's easy to run into objects that you don't really want to. Also, as also you don't want to touch the walls in this game. They're bad. So again, it's nice having a health bar because, you know, you get a second chance if you happen to accidentally run into a wall or something like that, like I just did. So, guys, that's basically Isolated Warrior in a nutshell. I could talk on a little bit longer, but I don't really think I need to. It's an 8-bit Nintendo game. It's not all that hefty, so I don't want to show you, you know, 3/4 of the game before this 10-minute video is over. It is a very solid NES shooter, in my opinion. It's definitely worth having on the collection. I think it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. And it's definitely going to give you a run for your money in terms of, you know, difficulty and so forth. And for those of you that like a challenge, definitely pick up this game. Definitely give it a shot. But that's basically it, guys. I will be back with some more videos sometime soon. And if you haven't done so already, you know, feel free to subscribe. And for those of you guys that already have, thank you. And as usual, thank you for watching. So until next time, guys, take care.